Welcome to the Witching Hour podcast with your host, John Roysland.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for joining us. I am John Roysland, the host of the Witching Hour podcast. Joining with me tonight, a very special young lady from across the pond from me in England, I suppose. Am I correct with that? Okay.
You are correct.
Young lady by the name of Juicy X. Now, for those of you that have been paying attention to my shows lately, you'll have heard me talking about the Benefactress, Art of Exposure, of Cinematic Freedom, and Corporate Punishment. You'll have recognized the interview that I did with Gorilla Metropolitana, the writer, director, and co-star of the films, as well as his first film, Darius. So joining with me tonight, his newest co-star of Corporate Punishment and the Benefactress, the lovely Miss Juicy X. How are you? And welcome to the Witching Hour podcast.
I'm good, John. Thank you very much for inviting me. It's exciting to be here.
I appreciate you taking the time for me. Now it's prime time. I don't know. I would have no idea what you would do at 9 o'clock in England or whereabouts.
I'm in London, and it's about 9 o'clock at night as we're recording this. So, What time is it with you? Where are you?
I am on the East Coast of America. It is 4 o'clock p.m.
Ah, okay.
So you are roughly 5 hours ahead of me.
Yeah.
Give or take a couple minutes here or there. But anyhow, the Benefactress. I was first introduced to you, obviously, with Corporate Punishment, with Gorilla's short film, and wow, your performance very strong. I kept in good touch with Gorilla, and he said, well, if you like that, you're going to have your mind completely blown when I release and send you the copy of The Benefactress to watch, as it does also star Juicy X, the star from Corporate Punishment, is that one in that one as well. So can you tell me a little bit just about maybe how you and Gorilla Metropolitana got together?
So it actually happened all the way back in lockdown.
Oh wow! Okay.
Remember those days?
Yeah. As it's hard to believe it's been that long already.
It really is. Can you believe that was 2019?
Right.
Well, for us, 2020. So yeah, about 2020.
Yeah.
So Gorilla and I met through an acting website back then.
Mm-hmm.
He'd put out an advert asking for an actress to star in Corporate Torment, and he had hundreds of applications, and I was one of them that met with him. And we met outdoors in a park. We'd gone to a cafe, bought drinks, and then went outside because you were allowed to meet outside then.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And we chatted for probably an hour, and that was that. He didn't actually like me at first, in terms of what he wanted in his head.
Sure.
In an actress. But after talking to me again, he decided to take a chance on me, and we made Corporate Torment. And yeah, then he wanted to make something wanted to make The Benefactress. I actually wasn't his first choice for The Benefactress. He was going to include me, but not in the role that I took.
Okay.
But then the other actress who was going to take it couldn't end up doing it. She wasn't available in the end. So he completely changed the story, completely changed the script, as to what it was, what little script there is.
Sure.
And
not a whole lot of dialogue in the
not
film.
a lot of dialogue. But even the sort of the scenes that he was going to do with the previous actress, because it was me, he decided he didn't want that scene, it wouldn't work.
Right.
So things completely changed, the storyline completely changed. And yeah, I ended up doing film number 2 with him.
And I do want to apologize to you, to Chris. to Gorilla especially. Corporate torment. I've been saying corporate punishment this entire time, and I sincerely apologize.
That's
Thank
all
you
right.
so very subtly for having thrown that in there and correcting me, and I do apologize. Um, I am glad that he chose you. I truly am. I was very intrigued and very impressed at your role in corporate torment.
Thank you.
When he told me that you were coming back in the Benefactress, I was really excited about that because I thought you did a great job. Now, he did mention that this is going to be a film, John, that you've never seen anything like before. And it is
It's not like a film I've ever done before.
so. How hard was that to grasp, to get into character, to perform? Because there are things that I could see people possibly having a hard time following that lead and that direction to physically do.
Yeah. It took a lot of planning.
Mhm.
It took a lot of discussion about um reading each other,
Right,
about how far we were willing to take this, and about trusting each other.
right,
Now, the advantage for me was because I'd worked with Gorilla on Corporate Torment, I knew his way of working, and I'd learned to trust his methods. So saying yes to the Benefactress wasn't difficult.
okay,
What was difficult is working with the other actress, Mystery Woman, and us understanding each other and knowing that this is consensual, and the most important part of this whole thing is consent.
right,
And that's not obviously that's not what comes across on film, but we did have absolute consent on set.
right.
And we trusted each other. So yeah, the difficult part was sort of getting my head around, right, this is something I'm going to do it again, so let's just go for it.
Right.
And there was one particular scene where
You can
Chris,
say whatever needs to come out. You can say it. Trust me.
there was one particular scene where Gorilla was directing, and he told me to do whatever, and then he said, right, now touch her there.
Mhm.
And I was like, hang on, we didn't, in my head I'm going, hang on, we didn't agree this was not, but that's how that's how Gorilla works.
Right.
And afterwards I carried on, we finished the scene, and I was like, after telling him, you did not discuss that with us. We had a brief like not an argument, just a discussion about
Right.
what we're doing here.
Right.
Like, okay, that's fine, let's move on, it's done. So yeah, there was a couple of moments where I'm thinking, okay, this is really pushing boundaries here, but hey, that's what we were there for. So
Yeah, and I can see a lot of that easily being as him behind the camera watching it, almost envisioning things to happen and just saying go with it, and almost improvising and breaking script.
oh God, yeah, I mean, to be honest, the storyboard he had when we started filming, we went to this house in North London for a couple of days and literally locked ourselves in. And the storyboard he had from day one had changed probably halfway through the day.
Wow.
Everything went out the window. So yeah, Gorilla is incredibly of the moment.
Mhm.
And yeah, definitely a fly by the seat of your pants improviser.
So he's a very intense person.
Yeah, he is incredibly intense. And sometimes that can be frustrating for some people.
Sure.
For me, I actually quite liked it because he's very right. Film, bang, done, next.
Right. Okay.
And that works for me and my acting and my performances. I've worked on feature films where you're literally sitting around for half a day to make 10 minutes of film, and you're sitting there for 2 hours just waiting for a camera set up and a lighting set up,
Right.
and twiddling your thumbs. And yeah, that's not how Gorilla works.
Right. Yeah, I can definitely see him being very anxious, very antsy, very now, move, next,
Absolutely.
next, like you're saying. Um, I'm not quite even sure how to ask some of these questions because it was a very hard film. Some parts of it were hard to watch, and I can only imagine how awkward, possibly, even with the trust and the consent, how awkward possibly acting in some of those scenes might have been. So, were there actually a lot of retakes, either because he thought maybe you weren't up to performance in one scene, or you said, no, we got to stop. I gotta take five. Give me a minute to recompose. Anything of that nature that kind of made you kind of hiccup because it is so extreme.
In reality, barely none.
Wow.
I think there was one.
Even from Mystery Woman.
Uh, Definitely not from her. Bless her.
Wow.
She was amazing.
Wow.
She was incredible. Um, there were a couple of moments where we had to, like, maybe you were in a certain position and you're like, I can't carry on and stand in this position too long. So can we
Sure.
just let you stand up and stretch and things? So there were maybe one or two occasions like that. And I think there was one where we had to shoot it, I think maybe two, possibly three times because the camera angle wouldn't work for where we were in the house, and we just had to try it several times to get it right because the camera position just wouldn't do what we wanted it to. He wanted it to do. But other than that, no, there was virtually no retakes, virtually no reshoots, and very little pause, really.
What you saw was, as a viewer, how can I word it? Authentic?
Oh yeah, totally.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, no
You,
question.
wow. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I know you see Gorilla jump in there, and you see, oh man, it's hard to even ask some questions. I know he had told me that certain things that you saw me do, John, on screen really did happen.
Yeah, nothing. There was absolutely nothing fake about any of that. No, seriously. Some of the physicality you see, some of the action you see, that was what was happening.
Right.
The only difference for me as a viewer when I saw the final cut was the music had been added, of course, and sound effects and some of the camera work and the grading had all changed, of course. So when you're in the moment, you don't see that.
Right.
But yeah, once it was finalized, and I was blown away because there was one part I remember saying to him, I don't remember you saying that to me. He said, I didn't. That was in the edit.
Did you ever watch? So when the final product was presented to you and you watched it, was there a part when you were ever like,
Oh yeah,
oh my God?
definitely. There was a couple of moments where I'm like, okay, did we actually do that?
I tell you, from what I saw from the initial trailer to what I saw in the completed feature film was not what I thought or expected at all. I saw in the trailer was what looked to have been somebody in the closet watching you on the couch reading or something along those natures. And honestly, I thought it was more of going to be I thought you were the victim to someone that was like a stalker
Yeah.
or home invasion kind of a thing. And then when he finally sent me the entire film, I was I was very surprised. Let's just put it that way, which is exactly what Gorilla said was going to happen. He said, "Don't expect
Yeah.
anything, just watch it
Yeah.
and let it all just happen." and hearing his voice during the film whispering
Oh
in
yes,
the background is so
yes.
eerie.
That was yeah. When I heard that for the first time, I was also very
When he,
wow.
yeah, because he's whispering things
Yeah,
and saying this is real, and then you can overhear him telling you to do certain things
yeah.
as a director being directed uh, from the person that's actually watching and instructing you to do certain things, which is
That's just his. That's just part of his genius mind.
so now I know he discussed with me in his interview what his next film would have been. Sadly, The Benefactress, he says, is his last film. As you said, hit and run, that's it. One and done, and he's made his art and he's moving on to something else. If he were to come back next month, next year, next decade, whatever, and say, hey, I got a script for you, would you be on board to make another film with him?
Um, it would depend on the script story.
Because you got to say you can't go much farther
Yeah,
than
I
what
don't
you
know how
guys
much
did.
further he can take this,
Right.
but yeah, I if he asked, I would definitely consider it.
Okay. So it's not like one of those things where I made the movie and I will never work with that person again. At least it is I would definitely consider going forward because I know he speaks
Yeah.
very highly of you.
I have no reason to not work with Gorilla again. He and I get on well, and I've learned to understand his quirks,
Mm-hmm.
and uh, we get on fine. So I have no reason to not work with him again.
Oh, good. So now you are an actress by trade, I assume.
That's not my full-time job. It's
Okay.
a hobby
Okay.
outside. I have a 9 to 5 office job in real life
Okay.
when I'm not juicy.
Okay. Okay. That not
So yeah.
so would had you ever thought of or wanted to be an actress? And did you ever foresee yourself doing what's called an underground film?
Um, I've always enjoyed acting, and I'd always wanted to act.
Hmm.
And like I said, I've done several films as anyway.
Right.
Had I ever expected to do a movie like this? Never in a hell's chance.
Okay.
Um, it is a once in a lifetime. I suspect it will be a once in a lifetime experience for me.
Understood.
Um, I don't know if I would do it again if it wasn't with Gorilla,
Hmm.
because I've built that trust up and that understanding of his methods. So there's that. So if someone else asked me to do a similar movie, I'd have to question it.
Okay. Okay. Respected. Now I do know that that the film is being released through Blood Pack Films,
That's right.
as well as I thought today I actually read that it's going to be streaming on Fossum. So are you excited for that? For
Oh
more
yes.
views and so forth?
Yeah, it's great that it's getting out there. The
Hmm.
pre-sales are going great.
Great.
Um, and yeah, we're all very excited about how well it seems to be going. It's it's absolutely split down the middle between fans and reviewers of love it or hate it.
Right.
It's very, very mixed. It is straight down the middle. You got people either really enjoy it and 10 out of 10 reviews or and comments, or they're like, this is disgusting. Why have you done this?
Yeah. Yeah. He had I don't want to say he had a hard time explaining or describing what it is. He said, John, it is basically um it is a porn
Yeah,
without it being a porn. I said, okay, understood. And I'll tell you though, the ending of that film with the cleaning up, bagging up,
yeah,
and basically preparing for the next mystery person. That was so eerie.
Yeah,
It really was. It really was because it's just disposal of somebody. And you
yeah.
hear about stuff like that all the time. And for Gorilla to add that into his art and portray it in this manner, very, very dark, very
Yeah,
eerie. And I got to commend him on that. And you guys did a great job. You really did. All of you.
thank you.
And I don't know that I could have followed those directions. I really don't. That is why I commend
Yeah,
you so much.
thank you. It was definitely an experience.
Oh, I'm
And I think we're all really proud of how it's turned out
good.
and how well it's going so far
You
for the
can't
film.
compare it to anything.
No, there's literally nothing else
There's
like this
nothing
out there.
else. No, no, nothing else whatsoever. I mean, it's not. It's yeah. You can't even put a label on it, which is
Mm,
why I know he was very frustrated at certain people that would not pick the film up that supposedly specialize in these kind of films. And then it was just days later they actually did get picked up. Like I said, but
yeah.
from Blood Pack, which I know he's very, very excited about. And I tell you, he has been pushing this on social media
Oh, absolutely.
everywhere. So if there's anybody out there that has not heard the film yet, I'm really surprised by that just because he is constantly, every interview, every review, anytime the
Yeah.
movie is mentioned, he's tagging everybody and making sure that everybody knows about it, everybody's reading it. And I'm really happy for him with that, especially because he's not considering himself a filmmaker, but he
No.
definitely wants to let everybody know the art that he put on
Yeah.
film.
For him, it's absolutely about the art. It's about for somebody who is ultimately a filmmaker,
Hmm.
he actually hates the mainstream film industry.
Yeah, I can
He's made that
appreciate
clear
that.
in multiple interviews.
Right.
So but yet he's got these skills that produce this incredible piece of art, and it is art.
Hmm.
Yes, it's porn, but it's still art.
Right.
And then of course the one other thing he does have coming out is I believe it's going to be next year, is the book that is
Yeah.
being written
Hmm.
by Doug Gibson. So yeah, that would be something else to get our teeth into.
So prior to having done Corporate Torment and having met him, had you seen Darius, his first film, or had
No,
you seen it yet?
not until I hadn't seen Darius until he sent it to me after we'd met.
Oh, okay. All right. So you did actually watch it, kind of get a taste of what you were in for before even
Oh
doing it.
yes, yes.
Okay. All right. And so what were your thoughts on that?
Oh gosh. I've got to be honest, it's so long since I watched it. I can't remember many of the details. But
Uh,
I do remember being fascinated by his filmmaking process and by
mhm.
his um quirky way of filming and sort of the lack of script.
Right.
So it was definitely a very different way of of filmmaking.
And open to so many different interpretations because there were so
Yes.
many individual stories going on within the realm of it. And I think that's what I like the most is that there was such a little amount of dialogue. Actually, I don't think there was any actual dialogue in the film,
Yeah. It's
and it's
mostly
pretty
noises and
small.
music, and that's it, like you say, it does leave everything open to interpretation.
And you
Um,
still, just like with the Benefactress, you really can't put a label on it
no,
at all. It is definitely it's definitely Gorilla. That is
definitely.
honest. That is honestly the best way. I mean, he has his own set genre. He truly does. And if he's like that with art, I would love to see more of it, whether it's written or canvas or sculpting. I know he just says that he gets bored and he just starts doing something else.
Yeah.
bored at that and goes and does a different kind of medium and yet bounces back and forth. So whatever his next big picture will be, I'm very, very intrigued, and I definitely hope that he does stay in touch with those in the podcast horror industry, friends that he has made with
Yeah.
these three films and getting to know us. And moving forward, I hope he definitely keeps us in the realm of things.
I'm sure he will.
Well, look, we are actually almost out of time. So I want to thank Miss Juicy X for joining us. Great performance. If you have not seen The Benefactress yet, um, art exposure of cinematic freedom.
Go
If
see
you,
it. Go
if you,
find it.
yeah, you're going to have to judge, have your own account for this.
Buy
Go with
it, stream it, whatever.
a very open mind.
We definitely go
Very,
with an open mind.
very, very open mind. And you will see this young lady right here up on the big screen. And I want to thank you so much. And I wish you all the best in future endeavors. And I want to thank you for joining us on the Witching Hour podcast tonight. Any closing words you have for us, though?
I really appreciate you taking the time to speak with me, John. It's been great. Thank you so much, and good luck for all your future endeavors too.
Well, thank you so much, boys and girls. Be sure to hit the little subscribe button wherever it is down below here. The Benefactress. Keep an eye out. You are not going to want to miss this. I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great night. As always, keep it evil.